Now, where do we go from here? You have to watch yesterday's video. It's very important you understand the macro structure and what to be expecting from this macro structure right here. Now, importantly, I want you to see that we are selling in that orange algorithm here. And this is something that I talked about during trading hours, especially when you see the break of that and using the orange algorithm to guide on the way down. So tomorrow you have to be looking out for this orange if there is persistent selling right there. Look out for your 5-day moving average, because if there is persistent selling here and you see 5-day moving average slightly trending up, you wait for the cup close at 5-day and you look for another structure before you start heading down. Now, there is a very important point here you have to pay close attention, and that's about SPY 642. You have to pay close attention here, because this is equivalent to the QQQs 20-day moving average. So pay close attention to that, right? This particular level here, especially once we started gravitating towards that liquidity near end of day. Now, this is not conclusive yet. You have to wait till tomorrow for structure to see where this goes. But otherwise, if this continues to head down here, you are clear about where the target will be, and that will be the 5-day moving average here. Wait for structure before it starts heading down, especially near to that blue algorithm here. So pay close attention. Your other liquidity here will be where the 20-day moving average. Remember, I talked about this, where the blue algorithm is. So you can't afford to wait for this, because if the market wants to crash from here, and this is in preparation for the 5-day crossing below the 20-day, you're ready for where the liquidity is, and there's plenty of structure to look out for. The first being where the 5-day moving average together with that yellow algorithm before we start heading down, 20-day moving average creating another structure here together with the blue algorithm here, just in time perhaps for end of month. So pay close attention to that. Now, otherwise you see the market building liquidity here, and this is what you see in the chop in the morning. Now, this is notoriously what you will see on Mondays, where they will start to define the range, start to build liquidity, and you see that happening, especially once we had a big day from last week and so much trapped liquidity from last week here. So you do not get surprised by the market trying to build liquidity here. Now, more importantly, you need to understand where this liquidity is coming from. Now, if the selling is still within that pink here, you see, now, can this absolutely happen? Yeah, from 644. So you got to pay close attention and know where the escape plan for the bulls are. But at the meantime, you just got to be careful, because if we are selling still in that orange, you just got to be more mindful about that selling continuation there. Look out for your structure here, especially of that magenta and green. Now, most importantly, I want to be looking out for that reclamation of that 5-day moving average, as well as from the magenta before we grab the green liquidity here. So pay close attention to that, as I was mentioning here, 644 level, that's very important. 644 yellow here, that's pretty important. So pay close attention to this particular level. You will be fine. Just pay close attention. Do not overtrade or scale up too unnecessarily. Once we are in the liquidity wedges, you are able to define your range here, 644, your 5-day moving average, your 20-day moving average. This yellow algorithm here, this green algorithm here, this blue algorithm here, and lastly one more blue algorithm here. And remember, I talked about the special point here where the QQQ 20-day moving average is. So you see you have plenty of ranges to grab profits if you want to be planning for particular imbalances. So pay close attention. Thank you very much for watching. See you closer to opening bell.